Guys, I finally managed to get my hands on this next-gen LLV. Not only did I manage to get my hands on this next-gen LLV, I spent 4.5 grueling hours training, getting certified to even drive this truck. 4.5 hours, serpentining in and out of cones, backing up, going forward, showing that I can use my cameras and my mirrors at the same time, showing that I can do curbside delivery in this truck, doing that multiple times. And now finally, this next-gen LLV belongs to me. It belongs to my route. I'm able to say it's mine. Well, it belongs to the post office, but it's for my route. Anyways, I spent probably a week driving this truck. There's some things I hate about it, some things I like about it. I will tell you guys all about it as we get into my route. So for today, I don't know if you guys remember in my last video, I kind of explained how as the week goes along, the mail gets lighter and lighter and lighter. So does packages. Today is a light day for me. Today is Friday, so I expected the mail to be super light coming into work, and the mail is light, so I'm super happy about that. I looked on my scanner. I only have 50 packages, which is cool. I don't have a split today, but I am a runner for packages, missed throws. So I do have missed throws today. I'm hoping it's not a lot, but if it is a lot, I wouldn't mind it. I prefer the overtime. I'm sorry?
Did you start putting the mail in yet?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get him to 1205.
1205. You have a key?
Huh?
You have a key?
No.
You don't have a key?
I got my ID though.
Okay.
They ain't give me a key yet.
Okay. Yeah, I just need to see your ID.
Okay.
Okay, Williams. Okay. All right, there you go. That's all of it.
Thank you.
Of course, you have a good one. So like I was saying before, guys, I did go to training to get certified to drive this truck. Now, on the day of training, I was not aware that I was even selected to train to even get this truck. I walked into work on a Monday, as usual, normal Monday. I'm casing out my mail, and then out of nowhere, the supervisor comes to me and tells me that I need to go to training at 12 o'clock for the next gen LLV. I'm like, what? Huh? Like, nobody told me beforehand that I was going to training for this vehicle. Training lasted, like I said before, 4.5 hours. So I went into training at 12. It ended at 4:30, and then after I finished training, I had to finish my route as well. So that was a tough day. Tough day. I do believe I didn't get home that day until like 9 o'clock. I didn't get home till 9 o'clock because I had to do my route and train at the same time. Training for this vehicle, it was pretty much easy. I know I kind of hyped it up at the beginning, but super easy. If you guys ever remember doing your old LLV training, it's pretty much is the exact same. So you're kind of doing the same exact drills, the cone drills, that you did for the last LLV. That includes like the serpentining, the going in and out of cones, using your mirrors. Also, before we did all that, we looked at a handbook. I had to read a handbook for safety, and after reading the book, I had to do the actual course. Course super easy. I say it's easier in the sense that the next gen LLV now has 360 cameras on it. I think it has a total of 5 cameras. That helps you even more with the cone drills. So not only are you using your mirrors to get in and out of the cones and parallel park and all that type of stuff, you also using your cameras, the 360 cameras, and that shows you a 360 view around the truck as you're driving. So that is super helpful. It's an additional safety feature, I think, and it makes it way easier to complete the cone drills. After the cone drills, we went out driving in my route, like in my neighborhood on my route. We went driving for the remainder of like the hour, and then after that we drove back to the training location, and then I had to finish my route. The lady that was training me, super sweet, super nice. I liked her a lot. I only say that because when I first got to the post office, the training instructor wasn't so nice. It was actually, I think, super rude and super condescending. He didn't have much patience at all. Now I remind you, I've been driving for a while, but driving an older truck like that, LLV, you have to get used to it. And he was just not, and this is the old instructor, by the way, he was not I guess he was just having a bad day, but he was not very nice. But the lady that was with me for the next gen training, she was super nice, super chill. I liked her a lot. So yesterday, I was off. My day off was yesterday, and the carrier, there was a carrier that did my route, and when I got to work today, he told me that he exchanged a few words with some customers at these apartments, and he was telling me that the customers were proceeding to just grab mail from the mailbox as he was like putting mail into these cluster boxes. And he told them that they can't do that. They're not allowed to just, reach into the mailboxes with all the doors open because it's a security issue. And they proceeded to do it anyway. The customer proceeded to grab her mail anyway, and he said they had a exchange of words. And I definitely had that when I first took over this route. I experienced the same thing with customers on this route. When I first took over this route, I will pull up, get out the truck, open the doors, and as I'm like opening up the doors to the cluster boxes, customers would just come out the woodworks, and I'm like, where did you even come from? And they also proceeded to just grab mail from the mailboxes, but they don't do that anymore. But I guess they seen that the last carrier, or the carrier that did my route yesterday, was a new guy, and I guess they thought that He would just allow them to just grab mail from out the cluster boxes with all the doors open. Oh man, Jesus Christ. Look at this. I clean this out probably every day, and then I come back the next day, and then it's like right back just like this. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Right in the parcel locker. You put the mail right in the parcel locker. I don't understand why you think mail would go in here. But 1506B. It's 1506B that's doing it, I think. Not sure. If I would have just had a truck with AC without the bells and whistles and the cameras and all that, I would have been a-okay. I would have been a-okay. Now, since it does have the safety features and the bells and whistles on it, it's definitely a plus. Now look at this. Look at this mess. Jesus Christ. Like I was saying before, the next gen truck does have a lot of safety features. For example, like I was saying before, it has the 5 cameras on it, the 360 cameras that shows you a view of the truck from inside the truck. It has a screen that you can look at that shows you a top-down view of the truck, and it shows you all 4 sides of the truck individually. Another example is there was a guy in my comments on the last video telling me that the truck don't go into drive unless the seatbelt is engaged, which is 100% true. The truck will not, the gear will not move if the seatbelt is not engaged. Another feature that the truck has is automatic parking brake, and it engages every time you stop, you come to a stop. And to get the parking brake off, all you do is just hit the brake a little bit, and then the parking brake will come off. And there's also a button that you press to disengage the parking brake, which is super nice. Another feature that it has is it does have sensors on the front bumper and the back. So whenever you get close to any object, the truck will beep from the inside and alert you that you're getting super close to an object, which is nice.
Excuse me, you been over there yet?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, because I was trying to get my mail on my mailbox.
From what address you have? Okay, I can go back over there. I'll be over there probably give me 5-6 minutes.
Okay.
I'll be back over there. No problem. I had to briefly interrupt my video because I get a little uncomfortable when I'm at the mailboxes or the cluster boxes, and people stand directly behind you. So I had to stop the video for a sec. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Another feature, a safety feature that this vehicle has is whenever you do get very close to any object, or the truck feels like you're about to crash, it will stop the truck and brake the truck for you. But I did realize after driving this truck for about a week that it's very, very sensitive, and you will find that out during training as well, when you practice and going in and out of the cone drills, is that it is very sensitive. So when you do get remotely close to anything, the truck will brake, which is super annoying. And it jerks you. It really jerks you. Like it stops abruptly. But that is a safety feature that it does have. All right, so the time is 12:19. I usually like to start my break around between like 12 to 12:30. But for lunch today, I did pack kind of light. I have 2 Crustables, my go-to. I have some pineapples. I have some Ritz crackers, and I do have like just a bag of snacks. I like to eat sweets. But I am running out. I am running out of like lunch ideas. If you guys like have any lunch ideas, please put them in the comments below, because I feel like I'm eating the same thing every single time. But yeah, I start my 30-minute break. After this, I should hit like I will hit like a couple of loops, and then I will probably get a call to go to the post office to pick up my missed throws. And then I probably should be in today around like 7 o'clock, which is cool. But yeah. Now, when we talk about this next gen LLV and we start from the outside, as we are all aware, the truck is crazy looking. It's not it's not a sight of beauty. We all know this. But what I find interesting is that after driving this thing for about a week, I'm definitely getting some stares, some double takes. I had a couple of people even like whip out their phone and take a picture of it. I have had people come up to me and ask me if they can take a picture of it. I have had people stop in traffic, like literally stop in traffic to get a look at this vehicle. Now, do you guys all remember the when Elon came out with the Tesla Cybertruck, how much attention that truck got when it first came out? It's kind of the next gen LLV is super similar in the sense that it gets a lot of attention from people out on the street. I noticed that, and I still today, after driving it a week, I'm still getting a lot of attention driving that thing around. 608. Yeah, even to this day, I'm still getting a lot of attention driving around in that truck. I don't mind it. It doesn't bother me at all. I did have an incident the other day when I was doing a split on somebody's route, and it was a curbside route. So as I'm pulling up to the curbside, or I'm pulling up to the mailbox, there's a group of people that's beginning to surround me. And if you guys may not know, this truck is actually a little bit larger than the older LLVs, so it's much harder to get in and out of parking spaces, like in between cars, like people's personal cars. It's a lot harder to do that because the truck is so much bigger. But then you have people, when I had those that group like started to surround me the other day as I'm pulling in, that kind of bothered me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. But for the most part, it doesn't bother me, like people looking or taking pictures and stuff like that. 602. Oh, when I look at it from the outside, like after a week, I noticed, and even in the inside, there's a lot of build quality issues. Even when I was during training, when I was at training, even the training vehicle was like almost falling apart. Like the panels was falling apart, falling off, and I'm like, how the heck is this training vehicle falling apart? And they're new vehicles. But since I got mine, like I think on the third day I was driving it, I had some screws like actually fall off of the tray. The tray that slides in and out, I had some screws like fall off of it. And there's also there's also like some plastic shavings that's coming from somewhere. I have no idea where it's coming from, but every time I clean it up, I get in my truck the next day, drive it a little bit, and it's more plastic shavings. I don't know what it is or where it's coming from, but I don't think that's supposed to happen. There's a lot of plastic on this truck. Like I was saying before, they advise people not to like stand on it or like mess with it and stuff like that because it is plastic. A lot of the stuff on the truck is plastic. There's some welding inside the truck and on the outside of the truck that looks like it was rushed. It doesn't look like whoever did it done a good job. Now, I'm not a pro or anything. I'm not a welding pro, but it does look rushed. But yeah. Now that the next gen LOV is a little bit taller, like I said before, we are now able to stand up in this truck. It's almost like a delivery truck, a delivery van. We can stand up, we can move around, which is a super plus for somebody like me who is 6 feet tall. Crawling around in that LOV was not, I don't think, very good on your back and your spine. Every time I did crawl around in the older trucks, I kind of felt bad for like the older carriers that has the older LOVs, because I know like the older carriers, they probably have health issues with like back problems and stuff like that, and crawling around in that tiny LOV in the back was like not good on their backs. We also have in these newer LOVs, next gen LOVs, we have 6 shelves. I know that like in the older LOVs, some, like at our station, some older LOVs have shelves and some don't. So if you did get a LOV with shelves, you was probably one of the luckier ones, because some don't have shelves. The next gen LOV also has a fan that circulates air in the cargo area, and you would toggle that on from the front dash, the dash area, and that is really good for days that it does get hot back there. You kind of circulate the air. In the older LOVs, we didn't have lights in the cargo area. We now have lights that are motion censored. However, the next gen LOV that I got, I don't think the motion sensor is working the way that it's supposed to work. Like sometimes it cuts on and sometimes it don't. Sometimes I do have to like tap on the light to get it to work. But it's cool to have. The next gen LOV also has a something called a porch light. It's a light that lights up the outside of your vehicle from your driver door side, and it's good for when you deliver at night. It helps to light up the door area. It kind of illuminates that area. It helps you out a little bit at nighttime. I've yet to use it yet because I have yet to deliver it during night. But it would be kind of cool to see how that thing works. And it is starting to get darker a little faster, so I should be able to be testing that out actually pretty soon, I believe. Driving impressions of the next gen LOV. I do like the way it drives. It's super smooth. We do have some rattling in the back in the cargo area from the shelves, which is pretty expected. The shelves do rattle around, so you hear a lot of clanking in the back. But driving it is smooth. I like it. The turn radius is not as good as the older LOV, or not as tight. So yeah, again, getting in and out of parking spaces when you do curbside delivery would be a little bit harder and tougher, but you can still get it done. It's still manageable. I noticed this while driving. The driver instructor didn't tell me about this, but I did notice that the truck does have auto stop. I think that's what it's called, the stop start feature. I didn't notice that until one day I was like at a stoplight, and I noticed that the truck like kind of cut off, and when I pressed the gas, it like started back up. But yeah, it does have a stop start feature, which is kind of cool. I have that on my personal vehicle, but I honestly don't use it much. I pretty much turn it off. But yeah, so with these next gen LLVs, our station, we do have a few carriers that do have the next gen LLVs. We still got some that has the older LLVs, so we're slowly converting and getting people trained for the newer ones. It's just taking a long time. I don't know why, but I heard that in our area, we're pretty much training one person a day, which is, it's going to take forever since we have a ton of routes in our station. I don't know who decided to train one carrier a day, but it's going to take a long time. But it's funny because in my station, there has been multiple carriers that's been refusing to go to training for the next gen LLVs because they don't want it. So it's been funny seeing that, and they have their own personal reasons why they don't want the newer LLVs.
No.
Some people like it, some people hate it. But yeah, there's been a couple of people that's been refusing to go to training for it. When I was told that I was going to training for the newer LLV, I was pretty happy. I was pretty excited. Only because I want AAC. I thought a lot of people did, but after seeing people in my office refusing to go to training for it, I guess not everybody wants not everybody wants AC. So again, people have their own personal reasons. I have mine. It is what it is.